Have you ever woken up feeling unusually tired? Your ankles slightly swollen or struggled to climb a flight of stairs without catching your breath and wondered if something invisible was quietly sabotaging your body? I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and I need you to hear this: your kidneys. The silent heroes working tirelessly every single day might already be under attack, silently failing without giving you any warning signs. It's shocking, but up to 90% of people with kidney disease have no idea they're even sick until it's dangerously close to being too late. And that too late could mean losing the ability to filter your blood properly, struggling with fatigue, swelling, and even life-threatening complications. Now here's the truth. I want you to grasp what you're eating, drinking, and even snacking on right now could be quietly harming your kidneys, but it's not hopeless, because in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly which everyday foods could be putting your kidneys at risk and show you how to protect and even support them to function at their best. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll have a clear, practical roadmap to safeguard your kidney health before symptoms ever appear, and it might just change the next decades of your life. Let's start with a food that has been celebrated as a health superstar, yet it can silently overload your kidneys: avocados. Smooth, creamy, packed with heart-healthy fats, fiber and vitamins, they're the darling of health-conscious breakfasts across the U.S. But here's the hidden danger. One medium avocado contains roughly 975 milligrams of potassium, almost half of the daily limit, recommended for someone whose kidneys are already struggling to filter excess minerals. Imagine your kidneys as tiny coffee filters that have been used for decades. Adding this heavy load is like pouring extra water into an already overfilled cup. Take Margaret, a 67-year-old retiree who loved her daily avocado toast. She felt perfectly fine, no swelling, no fatigue. But her lab results told a different story. Her potassium levels were steadily creeping higher, quietly stressing her kidneys day after day. Science shows that when potassium builds up in the blood, a condition called hyperkalemia can occur, increasing the risk of dangerous heart rhythm disturbances without warning. Even foods labeled healthy can act like silent saboteurs when kidney function is compromised. This is why awareness is critical. It's not about giving up avocados completely, but learning how to enjoy them safely. Consider limiting portions to a quarter of an avocado, pairing it with lemon juice to slow potassium absorption, and never combining it with other high-potassium foods in the same meal. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another category of foods even more dangerous that many people consume daily without realizing how silently harmful they can be. Bananas, soft, sweet, and incredibly convenient, seem like the perfect go-to snack. But for kidneys that are already under strain, they can quietly push potassium levels into dangerous territory. One medium banana contains about 422 milligrams of potassium, and it's easy to eat 2 or 3 in a single smoothie cereal bowl or as a quick breakfast. For someone with reduced kidney function, this seemingly innocent habit can turn into a silent overload. Take Robert, a 62-year-old engineer from Ohio who loved his banana-filled morning smoothies. He never experienced fatigue or swelling, so he assumed his kidneys were fine. Yet routine blood tests revealed rising potassium levels, putting him at risk for hyperkalemia, a condition that can trigger irregular heartbeats and muscle weakness. It was a shocking wake-up call. Foods widely perceived as healthy can be quietly stressing his kidneys even when he felt completely normal. The science is clear. When kidneys can't filter potassium efficiently, excess potassium builds up in the bloodstream, and the heart's electrical activity can be disrupted. Even small portions matter, because every bite contributes to the cumulative load that overworked kidneys must manage. The safest approach isn't always elimination, but portion control and strategic pairing. For example, mixing a half banana with lower potassium fruits like apples, berries, or cherries to reduce total potassium intake. But understanding this isn't the whole picture, because there's yet another widely consumed fruit so popular in breakfasts and juices that can silently sabotage kidney function if consumed without caution. Oranges and orange juice are often hailed as quintessential healthy choices loaded with vitamin C and antioxidants. But for kidneys already under stress, they can quietly tip the balance toward danger. A single medium orange contains roughly 237 milligrams of potassium, and a standard cup of orange juice can add another 500 milligrams. Combine that with other high potassium foods, and your kidneys may suddenly be overwhelmed without any warning. Linda, a 69-year-old retired teacher, loves starting her mornings with a large glass of fresh orange juice, believing it was fueling her immune system. She never noticed any discomfort, no swelling, no fatigue, but lab tests revealed her potassium creeping higher each month. The hidden truth, excess potassium from foods like oranges can accumulate silently, especially in individuals over 50, whose kidneys may have lost some filtering efficiency over the years. Moreover, oranges contain oxalates compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation, adding yet another layer of risk. Even natural nutrient-packed foods can become stealth stressors when kidney function declines. Scientific studies confirm that repeated high intake of potassium-rich fruits in people with compromised kidney function increases the risk of hyperkalemia and stone formation, making even the healthiest-looking meals potentially harmful. The solution isn't necessarily giving up oranges completely. Strategies such as limiting portion sizes, opting for lower potassium fruits like berries, apples, or pears, and moderating juice intake can help protect kidney health while still enjoying the benefits of fruit. But just knowing this isn't enough, because there's a fourth category of foods, vegetables, that can be even more surprising and potentially harmful to aging kidneys, and most people completely underestimate them. Spinach has long been celebrated as a superfood packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but for aging kidneys, it can quietly become a source of stress. Just half a cup of cooked spinach contains roughly 2,350 milligrams of oxalates compounds that can crystallize in the kidneys and urinary tract, forming painful kidney stones. Add to that its 558 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, and you can see why this leafy green can be a silent threat to kidney function after 50. Take Daniel, a 68-year-old construction supervisor who loved adding spinach to his morning omelets. He never experienced any symptoms, yet his recent kidney tests showed early signs of strain. What seemed like a healthy habit had quietly been forcing his kidneys to work overtime, filtering both potassium and oxalates simultaneously. Science confirms that prolonged consumption of high-oxalate foods in people with compromised kidney function increases the risk of kidney stones and can even contribute to acute kidney injury in extreme cases. Even boiling spinach does little to reduce its oxalate content, meaning that popular preparations like soups and smoothies can still deliver a heavy kidney load. Safer alternatives include leafy greens with lower oxalate and potassium levels such as kale, lettuce, cabbage, and bok choy, which allow you to enjoy vegetables without overburdening your kidneys. But understanding spinach alone isn't the full picture, because there are other everyday vegetables like potatoes and tomatoes, commonly thought of as harmless staples, that are quietly packing a potent punch against your kidneys, and most people never suspect it. Potatoes and tomatoes are staples in countless American meals, often considered safe and nutritious, but for aging kidneys, they can quietly create stress that most people overlook. A medium baked potato contains about 610 to 926 milligrams of potassium, depending on size, while a sweet potato contains roughly 438 milligrams. Tomatoes, particularly in concentrated forms, like sauces, paste, or juice, carry about 237 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, plus lycopene, an antioxidant that, while beneficial for the heart, can reduce the kidney's ability to filter waste when potassium builds up. Michael, a 71-year-old retiree, loved his mashed potatoes with tomato sauce at dinner. He never experienced any obvious symptoms, but routine labs revealed that his creatinine levels were creeping upward. His kidneys were silently struggling to process the combined potassium load from both staples. Research shows that diets high in potassium-rich foods can overwhelm kidneys, with diminished function contributing to hyperkalemia and increasing cardiovascular risk without warning signs. The good news is that you can reduce the potassium content in potatoes by soaking them in water for at least 2 hours before cooking and by discarding the soaking water. Choosing fresh tomatoes over concentrated sauces or diluting paste with low-potassium vegetable broth can also lower kidney stress. These small adjustments allow you to enjoy these staples safely without overloading your kidneys. But focusing on potatoes and tomatoes isn't the whole story, because there's another category, snacks and drinks, that most people consume daily, often unaware that they're silently taxing their kidneys, and the risks here can be even more surprising. It's easy to overlook drinks and snacks when thinking about kidney health, But soda alcohol and processed snacks can quietly wreak havoc on aging kidneys. Regular soda loaded with sugar forces your kidneys to filter excessive glucose from the blood, while diet soda isn't safe either. Studies show daily consumption is associated with a 67% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes and still contributes to kidney stress through artificial sweeteners and phosphorus additives. Even phosphorus from sodas is absorbed more efficiently than from natural foods, creating a hidden burden that can quietly damage nephron function over time. Alcohol is equally sneaky. Beyond the obvious dehydration, alcohol inflames kidney tissue and impairs filtration, increasing the toxic load your kidneys must handle each day. Imagine a worker trying to clear a mountain of debris while dealing with swelling and exhaustion. This is what your kidneys face every time alcohol enters the system. And then there are snacks like chips, cheese, and processed crackers, which may seem harmless late-night treats. These foods are typically high in sodium and phosphorus, forcing kidneys to work overtime while you sleep, contributing to water retention, high blood pressure, and elevated creatinine levels. Take Linda, a 68-year-old avid movie watcher who enjoyed a nightly handful of chips. Her blood pressure rose subtly over months, and her lab tests revealed her kidneys were quietly overworked. The takeaway is clear: moderation and smarter choices matter. Choosing water, herbal teas, or fresh vegetables for snacks can protect your kidneys from this silent strain. But just avoiding sugary drinks and salty snacks isn't enough, because the next group, nuts and seeds, can be double-edged swords, providing nutrition, yet silently threatening your kidneys if consumed without caution. Nuts and seeds are often celebrated as healthy snacks, packed with protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants. But for aging kidneys, the difference between safe choices and harmful ones can be dramatic. Almonds, cashews, and peanuts are delicious and convenient, yet they contain high levels of potassium, phosphorus, and oxalates, which can silently strain kidneys over time. 1 ounce of almonds, for instance, contains roughly 136 milligrams of phosphorus and 28 milligrams of potassium, plus 469 milligrams of oxalates per 100 grams, creating a perfect storm for kidney stress. Take Robert, a 65-year-old engineer who routinely added a handful of almonds to his morning oatmeal. His kidney function tests showed subtle but progressive increases in creatinine, even though he felt perfectly fine. Science confirms that excessive oxalate intake can combine with calcium to form kidney stones, while high phosphorus and potassium intake forces already compromise kidneys to work overtime, quietly accelerating damage. On the brighter side, some nuts are remarkably kidney-friendly. Macadamia nuts, pecans, and Brazil nuts contain lower levels of potassium and phosphorus, and their omega-3 and omega-7 fatty acids help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in kidney tissue. A small daily portion of these nuts, carefully measured, can provide nutrients without overloading the kidneys. Simple preparation tips like soaking nuts overnight further reduce enzyme inhibitors and improve absorption, making them easier for kidneys to handle. But understanding which nuts are safe isn't the full picture, because even these healthy options must be consumed wisely. And the next crucial element, bedtime snacks that actively support kidney recovery, can make a dramatic difference if incorporated correctly. Most people overlook what they eat just before bed, but these final hours can be the most critical for kidney health. Choosing the right snacks at night can actually reduce creatinine buildup and give your kidneys a much-needed rest while you sleep. Unsweetened applesauce, for instance, is naturally low in potassium, about 90 milligrams per half cup, and contains pectin, a soluble fiber that binds toxins in the digestive tract, helping to prevent them from entering the bloodstream. For someone like Margaret, adding a small serving of applesauce to her evening routine noticeably reduced her morning swelling and fatigue over time. Cucumber sticks are another simple yet powerful option. Composed of over 95% water, they act as a gentle, natural hydrator, supporting healthy urine flow and easing pressure on the kidneys. They are also low in potassium and phosphorus, meaning you can snack freely without worrying about dangerous accumulation overnight. Celery paired with hummus creates a perfect synergy. Celery helps neutralize metabolic acids that often rise in kidney patients, while hummus provides plant-based protein that's gentle on filtration. Even plain rice cakes or apple slices sprinkled with cinnamon can protect kidneys by providing light, low potassium and fiber-rich nourishment that supports toxin clearance. The key takeaway is that smart bedtime choices empower your kidneys to recover rather than work overtime. By swapping chips, ice cream, or salted snacks for these gentle alternatives, you give your body a real chance to heal during sleep. But even these bedtime strategies are just one part of the story, because there's a final little-known factor that can dramatically influence kidney health over time, and it's often ignored by most people. Even fruits and vegetables, often considered healthy, can quietly stress aging kidneys when consumed in excess. Sapodilla. A sweet tropical fruit may seem harmless, yet 1 cup contains approximately 528 milligrams of potassium. For older adults with diminished kidney function, this can quietly elevate serum potassium, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia without any early warning signs. Similarly, beetroot, prized for its earthy taste and vibrant color, contains 305 milligrams of potassium per half cup and compounds like inorganic nitrates that, while beneficial in healthy individuals, can slow filtration in kidneys that are already compromised. Take Michael, a 70-year-old avid smoothie enthusiast. He routinely added sapodilla and beets to his morning blends, never feeling symptoms, yet his creatinine levels had risen subtly over months. Science confirms that excess potassium intake in seniors with reduced glomerular filtration rates can elevate heart and kidney risks silently. Even familiar foods like bananas, white beans, and certain potatoes contribute to a cumulative potassium load, creating what researchers describe as a slow, invisible strain on renal filtration. The solution isn't to eliminate fruits and vegetables completely. Instead, moderation, portion control, and pairing high potassium items with lower potassium options like apples, berries, cucumbers, or cabbage can protect kidneys while still providing essential nutrients. Educating yourself about these hidden potassium sources is crucial to maintaining kidney function over decades. But just knowing which produce to limit isn't enough, because the final set of everyday foods, nuts and seeds, can quietly make or break your kidney health if eaten without caution. Not all nuts are created equal when it comes to kidney health. While macadamias, pecans, and Brazil nuts can support kidney function in moderation, almonds, cashews, and peanuts can quietly overload aging kidneys. Almonds, for example, contain about 136 milligrams of phosphorus and 28 milligrams of potassium per ounce, along with 469 milligrams of oxalates per 100 grams, creating the perfect environment for kidney stress and potential stone formation. Cashews and peanuts carry similar levels of potassium, phosphorus, and oxalates, quietly increasing creatinine and straining filtration over time. Take Linda, a 68-year-old who enjoyed a handful of almonds each morning in her oatmeal. Her lab results over a few months showed a subtle rise in creatinine, a sign her kidneys were quietly overworked despite her feeling healthy. Medical studies support this high intake of phosphorus and oxalate-rich nuts in seniors with reduced kidney function increases the risk of hyperkalemia, kidney stones, and slow filtration, often without early symptoms. The key isn't to avoid nuts entirely, but to choose wisely and control portions. Opt for kidney-friendly options, soak nuts overnight to reduce enzyme inhibitors, and pair them with plenty of water. By making these small, strategic swaps, you can enjoy the nutritional benefits of nuts while keeping your kidneys safe. But just understanding which nuts to avoid isn't enough, because there's still a final powerful strategy: daily habits and lifestyle tweaks that can dramatically enhance kidney protection and help prevent long-term damage. Your daily habits play an equally important role in kidney health as the foods you eat. Hydration is the first key factor. Your kidneys filter roughly 50 gallons of blood per day, and staying well hydrated helps them flush toxins efficiently. Take Robert, a 66-year-old engineer who started tracking his water intake. By drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning and spacing hydration throughout the day, he noticed reduced ankle swelling and more energy by mid-afternoon. Gentle movement is another powerful habit. Simple routines like walking, yoga, or light stretching improve blood circulation, which supports kidney filtration and reduces fluid retention. Research indicates that seniors who maintain at least 30 minutes of daily movement show improved creatinine levels and glomerular filtration rates, GFR, reducing the risk of chronic kidney decline. Stress management cannot be overlooked. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which can increase blood pressure and worsen kidney function over time. Techniques like deep breathing meditation or even a short daily gratitude practice help regulate stress hormones, and protect delicate kidney tissues. Sleep also plays a critical role. The kidneys perform much of their restorative work during the night, so adhering to a consistent sleep schedule allows them to efficiently remove waste products. Pairing good sleep with kidney-friendly evening snacks like applesauce cucumber sticks or celery with hummus maximizes overnight detoxification. But even these habits alone aren't enough because there's one last, often overlooked factor: the hidden threats in processed foods that quietly accelerate kidney damage. And understanding it could be the difference between thriving or struggling with kidney health in your later years. Processed foods are everywhere: chips, frozen meals, canned soups. But for aging kidneys, they can be silent saboteurs. These foods are often loaded with sodium, phosphorus additives, and preservatives that force your kidneys to work overtime. Take Michael, a 70-year-old retiree who enjoyed frozen dinners twice a week. He never noticed any immediate symptoms, yet his creatinine gradually increased, signaling kidney strain. Studies show that excessive sodium can raise blood pressure, while phosphorus additives are absorbed more efficiently than natural phosphorus, increasing the risk of vascular calcification and kidney damage. Even low-fat or diet options aren't safe. Diet sodas, for example, contain artificial sweeteners and phosphates that quietly stress nephron function. One study revealed that individuals drinking diet soda daily had a 67% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, which further burdens kidney filtration. These hidden ingredients are a stealthy assault on your kidneys, slowly accumulating toxins and overloading filtration units without obvious symptoms. To protect your kidneys, focus on fresh whole foods, prepare meals at home, and always check labels for hidden phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. Simple swaps like fresh vegetables instead of canned or sparkling water instead of soda can drastically reduce kidney stress while still allowing you to enjoy your favorite flavors. But knowing what to avoid isn't the whole solution, because there's still one final powerful strategy: a subtle, almost overlooked daily choice that can dramatically influence whether your kidneys stay healthy or slowly decline over time. Even after carefully managing diet, hydration, and exercise, there's one subtle daily choice that can dramatically impact kidney health, and most people completely overlook its timing and frequency of eating, especially late-night snacking. When you eat right before bed, your digestive system continues working while your kidneys are trying to detoxify your blood. High potassium, high phosphorus, or high sodium snacks at night can quietly elevate creatinine levels and strain filtration. Take Linda, a 68-year-old retiree. She always had a small bowl of chips or a late-night banana before sleep. Over months, her morning fatigue worsened, her ankles swelled slightly, and lab tests revealed her kidneys were quietly overworked. Even modest evening indulgences can accumulate into significant kidney stress over time without any immediate warning. Research confirms that nighttime eating of high potassium or processed foods correlates with elevated creatinine and reduced glomerular filtration rates in seniors, silently accelerating kidney decline. The solution isn't to skip all nighttime snacks, but to choose kidney-friendly options like unsweetened applesauce cucumber sticks, celery with hummus, or a small serving of rice cakes. These foods are low in potassium, phosphorus, and sodium, helping your kidneys recover overnight instead of working overtime. Coupled with proper hydration, this small daily habit can significantly reduce toxin buildup and support long-term kidney function. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the ultimate takeaway, the single most impactful habit to protect your kidneys for the next decades, is still ahead. And it could be the difference between thriving independently or facing dialysis later in life. After exploring foods, drinks, and lifestyle factors, there's one habit that stands out as the most powerful protector of kidney health for anyone over 50: consistent daily hydration combined with mindful meal timing. Your kidneys filter roughly 50 gallons of blood each day, and the cumulative effects of decades of suboptimal hydration, high potassium meals, and late-night snacking can quietly diminish kidney function. Take Robert, a 66-year-old engineer who implemented this habit. He began drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning, spacing his meals to avoid late-night eating, and pairing kidney-friendly snacks like cucumber sticks or applesauce at night. Within weeks, his morning swelling reduced, energy levels improved, and follow-up labs showed a modest but meaningful drop in creatinine, indicating less stress on his kidneys. Science supports this approach: hydration and meal timing. Optimize filtration, reduce toxin accumulation, and support nephrons in their critical overnight repair processes. This isn't complicated. It's about giving your kidneys a predictable rhythm and a chance to recover. Combine this with small strategic swaps, limit high-potassium fruits, avoid processed foods, and favor nutrient-dense, low-sodium snacks. These simple daily choices act like a safety net, quietly protecting your kidneys from the slow, invisible damage that accumulates over years. And here's the mini hook to keep you focused while you now know the major foods and habits that silently stress your kidneys. There's one last overlooked tip that can amplify all these strategies, helping you maintain healthy kidneys well into your 70s and beyond. You've just learned about the silent threats that most people over 50 unknowingly expose their kidneys to every single day. But here's the empowering truth: knowledge gives you control. By making small intentional changes, choosing kidney-friendly snacks, moderating high-potassium foods, staying hydrated, timing your meals wisely, and avoiding hidden sodium and phosphorus in processed foods, you can protect your kidneys and even support their recovery. Your kidneys have worked tirelessly for decades, quietly keeping you alive and healthy, and now it's your turn to take care of them. If this video has opened your eyes or given you practical tips you can use today, save it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll always get the latest science-backed kidney health advice directly to your screen. Share it with your spouse, your siblings, your friends over 50, anyone who deserves to protect their kidneys and live healthier for longer. Remember, it's never too late to start making better choices. Every thoughtful bite, every glass of water, and every positive habit adds up over time, giving your kidneys the chance to thrive. Your future self will thank you for taking action today. Stay consistent, stay informed, and know that a healthier, more energetic life is within reach simply by making kidney-smart choices one step at a time.